Hey Internet, Eric here. Well, yesterday the trailer for the new Halloween movie, Halloween, dropped, and a few of my buddies have done reaction videos. Roger over at Channel Dawnstar did one, which was really good. My buddy Horror Gamer, he finally came back after a sabbatical, and he did one. And then the reason why I'm doing this is my buddy Jay over at JVTV Uncut and JVTV2. Yes, he has two channels. Long story. Anyways, him and I have been we talk on Twitter, and we were direct messaging each other about our thoughts on the film. And we knew that the trailer was going to drop yesterday. And I thought, hey, you should do a thoughts video or a reaction video on it, because he was really excited for it. He was really interested in it. He loves the original film. And then, of course, he put me on the spot and said, I have to do one as well. So he did his, and I'm going to be like him in the way that I don't know how to... Well, I've already seen the trailer, and I don't know how to do like a reaction with the technology I have on my iPad. So I'm just going to talk about it. All right? And I did watch it I think 2 or 3 times, so I can get like my actual thoughts on it, not like a holy shit that's gonna be awesome or holy shit that's gonna fucking suck. So I can really get a good perspective. And I'm still not that interested in this movie. First off, I've said it in a video. I did a couple videos about this. How I don't really care that Jamie Lee Curtis is coming back, because she's already done that. And my OCD with the ignoring all the sequels, like even with part 2 on, I don't like that. But we're going to discuss the trailer here, because you know what? Even though there's like a Halloween multiverse where there's like 1 and 2, and then there's like 4 through 8, and then there's the Halloween H20, and then Resurrection, which ignores Halloween's 4 through 6, and then there's Rob Zombie's 1 and 2, and then there's this one that's also named Halloween, which is the same as the original. All that aside, we could have a good movie. And I watched the trailer, and I was kind of meh. Then I watched it 2 more times. I'm still kind of meh. And here's why. We've seen it before. To me, it's Halloween H20 being reimagined, taking out Kevin Williamson, taking out the brother-sister angle, and that's it. It's the same thing. We have Michael escaping. Well, here we go. We'll just talk. There are some things I liked and some things I didn't. We got this British group of documentarians. They're going to the Smith's Grove where Michael is. Apparently after part 1, since they're retconning everything after the first one. He was captured somehow after Loomis shot him. He's been in the loony bin, and they're going to do a documentary on the Haddonfield murders. Which, if they're ignoring everything since after part 1, he's only really killed 3 people, 4 including his sister when he was a boy. Anyways, and for some reason they want to do a documentary on him. They somehow sneak his mask into the prison yard, or the prison yard, or loony yard, whatever you want to call it, which really looks cool. I like how all the patients are spaced out, and you can see they're kind of like chained to like a cinder block or something like that, so they can't move. The look of it is cool. I don't really like the feel of it, how they got the crazy Looney Tune, like acting insane people, like laughing and giggling. I'm sure that'll get annoying. But it's got a good look to it, even though I don't know why you would want to show a psychotic man the mask that he wore all these years ago. Maybe they're doing it to get him to react, because maybe he's still like this silent person. He hasn't said a word in now 40 years. And then we cut to, and I'm just clicking what I trying to spout off what I remember. We cut to like Laurie Strode's granddaughter and her 2 friends walking down a sidewalk, which is cool because that's what they did in the first film. And they're talking about how Laurie Strode goes crazy around Halloween time, which happened in Halloween H20. And, wasn't Michael Myers, her brother? They throw out this line saying, no, that was just a rumor, they're not related, type of thing. So in that one line, that's how they're going to explain ignoring everything else. Quick and easy, fine, but just meh. And, we see Lori has now been, she now lives, her house now has surveillance cameras everywhere, and she's doing target practice in the back. She's got fucking trapdoors under her cabinets, and I'm just like, she's been doing this for 40 years because she's been preparing for Michael to eventually escape and come after her. Maybe, I guess it would be believable Halloween H20 20 years later, but 40 years is a real big stretch for me. Why would Michael want to escape if they're not brother and sister? Even though that was just kind of a cheap way how he wants to kill his sister, because he killed his sister in the original one. Kind of a cheap way to say why he wanted to kill her. But now, since they're ignoring all that, why is he after her? Hopefully they have an explanation. And I've never had PTSD. Lori obviously does. But she has become so obsessed. Why is she so obsessed with knowing that this one person will eventually, over 40 years, come out and attack her? It's a good thing he does, because if he would have died in prison, that would have been all for naught. Eventually the bus crashes, he's getting transported somehow, or for some reason, and it's a really cool scene, seeing all the Looney Tunes people, crazies, walking around on the deserted highway. Excuse me. And of course Michael's the one who escapes and makes his way back to Haddonfield, attacks the two documentarians in a really creepy but weird scene where the girl is using the toilet and Michael drops teeth on the ground. I'm sure that's the teeth of either the male documentarian or the mechanic whose clothes he stole. And then the rest of the trailer is Michael stalking Lori basically for the next 30 seconds. And then it ends in a really cool jump scare where a babysitter tries to close a closet door and it gets stuck on something, and then she opens it up and Michael is there. Still, I just don't care. It feels like Halloween H2O all over again. Michael is traveling home to get her, and she's prepared. We've seen this before. We saw this 20 years ago with H2O. The trailer even almost basically ends with Lori has a knife and she stabs at Michael. That's the same thing. You just replace that with an axe, and that's H2O. She's got the axe. She swings it at Michael. Now the mask looks cool. There was like the way they edited the trailer was a cool, showing him putting it on on. But I really don't give two shits about this film. I mean, we're going to see it because my wife already said she wanted to see it. She says it looks good. Fine, because it's better than me trying to find a streaming site. But I don't see the big deal about Jamie Lee Curtis coming back when she already has. I don't like how she's the survivalist now. I don't like a lot of this trailer at all. But you cannot base a you cannot base a movie on a trailer, because I've said it before. I fucking love Clerks 2. Clerks 2 had one of the worst trailers out there. I thought it was going to be fucking horrible, and I ended up loving it. So I really hope I'm wrong. There's a lot of people, I guess, online saying that why make another Halloween movie, blah, blah, blah. Money, plain and simple. I have no problem that they're making another Halloween movie. I just don't see why there's all this hoopla for this. Oh my god, this is going to be great. Even Jamie Lee on Twitter says you've waited 40 years for this to happen. No, we haven't, Jamie. We waited 20 years for this to happen, and it did. And it sure wasn't that great. H2O isn't the best entry in the series, but we haven't waited 40 years for you to take on Michael because you've already done it. So some people think this looks great. Good for them. Some people apparently think it's stupid. Don't go see it. I'm still mad. And it's like farting in the wind. You got this anticipation happening, and then finally happens, and then the wind blows it away, and you just go about your business. I'm just like, well, it happened. So yeah. Oh, I will say this. I did notice. I guess there's going to be some nods to the previous films. We'd see, a sheet with eyes cut out of it, like the ghost from the first one, put on a chair. I did like the shot from behind Michael where he's got the knife and he flips it around, getting ready to kill. That looked cool. There are some trick-or-treaters with the silver shamrock masks, so that is a little nod to part 3, which I am happy for because I love part 3. But overall, who cares? So yeah, there you go, Roger. Well, Roger didn't want me to do this, but there you go, Jay. Fart in the wind, dude. Fart in the wind. Don't really care. Cheers.